Hello and welcome to the next session of the Python tutorial. In this session, we will learn about the built-in function. So this session is very important. Just learn very attentively because I'll discuss so many of functions which are available in the Python. By default, it is available and you can use in your application. So make sure that you are doing the practice at the same time. I'll discuss a few of them because there are so many functions are available, but I'll discuss few of them here. So since we have learned so many things till now, so if you want to do the actual coding, uh, means to implement the logic, to implement the code, so you have to understand and you have to uh, practice about how to use the built-in function. So that will help you to write effective code. So let's see one by one the functions which are available in Python. So first function I'll discuss that is the ABS. It is the short form of absolute. So this function returns the absolute value of a given argument. So whatever the value you will pass here, it will return the absolute value. So let's go on to the code. If I say x is equal ABS, I hope this is visible. Let me, yes, ABS of 1.2, or if I write 1 and print the value of x, then you will see the output is 1. Okay, fine. Now if I give the value as -1, so the answer is 1. So it will give you the absolute value of any number that you will pass into ABS. So any situation, if you want to if you want to get any absolute value, then you can use the ABS function. Next function is called the all function, and here you will find one argument you need to pass. You will pass here that must be type of iterable. So here I'll give you a brief description about the iterable type of the value. So iterable means any object that have more than one value and that can be iterated through the loops, and that and from there you can get the value one by one. So we can say that the list is iterable. Tuple is iterable, set is iterable. So if you want to use the all function, that must be an iterable object. What will be the return type of this? So this returns either true or false. So if all the elements, of the iterable object is true, then it will return true. If any of value is false, then it will return false. So let's see. Let's create a list. For example, I create a list that in my list 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 3 and 4. So as we can see here, all the values, if you remember, I have already discussed one thing, that is any non-zero value is considered as true. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 are non-zero, so this is true. Any zero or null value considered as false. So if I use all and x, so it will check the list. All my list means it will check every element one by one, and if it find that every element is true, then it will return true. So look at here. So as you can see, every element in list is true, so that's why we are getting true. Now for example, if I make one value as 0, so as we can say that and we can see here, one value is 0 means false. So it will ask that is every element is non-zero. So it will say no, every element is not zero. One element is available in my list, that is 0 means false, so it will return false. So in the case of all the elements are true, then it will return true. Next one is any the same. you can see here, any will also accept the iterable object. So any means it will check your iterable object, and if it find any object is true, any value is true in your iterable, then it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. So look at here. If I write 0, comma 0, comma 0, so as we can see here that all the elements are false. So it will check any element is true. So no, it will not find any element true. So it will return false. Now make one element, only one element as, for example, 1. So it will check that any element is true. Yes, one element is true. So it will return true. So if you have a situation in which you want to check the Boolean condition that yes, all the elements are true, all the elements are false, any element is true, any element is false. So you, in that case, you can use the all and any. Yes, I can understand that this is very new functions to all of you, but don't worry, when you will go into the actual coding, definitely you will use these functions. Just understand that what is the functionality of these functions. Sorted function also accept the iterable object. So if you have any list, for example, if I say I have 23, 12, 34, 56, 21, so we can have the value in a sorted and unsorted order. It doesn't matter in a list. Now the condition is I want to sort the list, this list. Okay, so there are so many ways, but since I'm talking about the built-in function that you can use direct in your application. So one function is sorted. So sorted function, when you use sorted, okay, so you will pass your iterable object, and always remember this one and make a note. Sorted always return a list, a new list. Okay, so if I write x is equal this and print the value of x, now you can see it returns a new list in which all the elements are in sorted order. So the question is, will it change your actual list? So let's see, print my list. So as you can see, no, our actual list values are remain same in the order, but after performing the sorted method, sorted function on an iterable object, it will return a new list that is in sorted order. Okay, so I hope this sorted function is also clear. Next function is called the sum. So sum function also, okay, one more thing that I want to discuss about the sorted. Sorted by default reverse is false. So if you want to sort it but in reverse order, so you can do this by sorted and pass the second argument as a reverse. Okay, reverse is equal true. So look at the output. Now you can understand that what is mean by of this argument. So you can see that first of all it will sort the list, and after that it will reverse it. So you can see here it is in reverse sorted order. Okay, means it is in descending order. Now come to the next method, that is called sum. Sum is also a method that accept iterable, means list tuple set. So you will pass, then it will automatic sum of sum, it will return the sum of all element. Okay, and make sure that that iterable contains the value that can be add, that can perform the summation. Okay, so my list 23, 12, 34, 56 and 21, and if I perform the operation sum of my list, and if I print the value of this by writing sum is equal of this, then you can see here you don't need to perform any logic, you just need to use the method. As you can see, this is the result of this sum. Okay, For example, if I have 21.6, now you can see that it can perform the summation. One more argument you can pass into sum, that is called the start. By default, the start value is 0. If you don't pass, then it assume that the start value is 0. So if I write the 0, just understand and just look at the output, 146.6. So will it change? No, the answer is same. So by default, the start value it takes as 0. So it perform the operation like 0 plus 23. 0, then after that, it will perform the summation of 0, 23, 12. Then it will go to the next, then it will go to the next. And if you want that it should sum, it should sum some more value into your iterable summation. So you can write here. So perform the summation of all the elements in my iterable and add one more value, that is, for example, 4. So now look at the output. So after performing the operation of summation on these values, it add 4. Okay, so by default, your value is 4. If you want to add one more value, then you can pass as a second argument. Next method is POW. In short form, we can say that is the power. Uh, yes, Python has one more functionality to compute the power of any number that we have already learned in operators. So yes, we can do by using that, but one more function is available, that is called POW, by which you can calculate the power also. So let's see. If I use the power function here, and a is equal POW 2 comma 3, okay, and if I return here, I can write the result is equal. So look at the output. So result is it, fine. We can do the same by using this operator. Let me show you. We can write like print 2 double asterisk and 3. We have already learned this one in operator, that it also generate the power. So we can use the POW function also. Yes, third argument is optional here, and third argument says that after performing and after calculation of power, if you want to calculate the mod of that value, uh, so you can pass the value by which you want to find the mod. So for example, if I calculate 2 to the power 3 and I want to find out what will be the mod of 3. So as you can see, 2 to the power 3 is 8. And after that, it will divide by 3 and we will get the remainder, which will be your result, as you can see. So this is the mod after performing the power of 2 to the power 3, and it will return the mod of 3. So this is similar to the argument, means equivalent to the base to the exponential with 2 arguments, or base to the exponential mod with the third argument. Next one is called the round. A round means you can round a number, means just look at here, then you will understand. If you have done the mathematics, then we also perform and we round the number accordingly. If I write 1.4, okay, so look at the output. So as we know in mathematics, we learn that if any value that is greater than of and equivalent to the 0.5 after the decimal 0.5, then it will discard the value and you will get the actual integer part. For example, if I write 0.4 and if I say that is what will be the result, then it says that it is 0 because it is actually written as 0.4. What will be the round of 0.9? So you can see here 0.9 is also 0. What will be the value of 0? 2.5. So the round value of 2.5 is also 2, but what will be the value, round value of 2.51? So since we have crossed the 0.5, so it will go to the next round of value, that is 3. Just look at it. Okay, so if you want to perform the round operation on a number, then you can use the round. Next is called the division mod. First of all, just understand the description here. Return the tuple. It returns the tuple. Tuple means one value that will be your x divisible by value y. The number you will pass here, first of all, it will generate and it will give you the first value as a quotient and second value as your the remainder. Okay, so look at here. Let me write division mod. Okay, and the number is, for example, 20 and 6. So what will be the value if we divide 20 by 6? So the quotient will be your 3 and remainder will be 2. So it will return a tuple that will have first value as a quotient, second value as your remainder. Just look at it. So you can see here, this is your quotient result and this is your remainder result. So this is the division mod, div mod function. Another function that is called chr. Okay, chr function means returns a Unicode string, okay, of one character with ordinal I, and the range must be this one. As we know that the Python understand the Unicode standard, so if you pass any Unicode value, then you will get the equivalent character. So what is mean by this? Just look at here. If I write chr of 65, okay, this is the integer value, so what will be the result? That is capital A. Okay, and 65, what will be the result of 66? So the result of 66 is capital B. Similarly, if I write 97, then you can see here I will get a small a. And what will be the value of 121? So you can see here small y. What will be the value of 122 equivalent to the string? So you can see here that is capital Z. So 197 to 122, it is small a to uh, small z. It is the range of this value 197 to 122. From 65 to 90. Just look at here. So it is capital Z. So from 65 to 90, the range is for the capital letters A to Z. If I write 48, so what will be the value? Just look at here. That is 0. Okay, and if I write 48 and that is 57, so now you can see that is 9. So 0 to 9, the range is 48 to 57 is for 0 to 9. So if you want to get those values, those ASCII values as a character, as a string, then you can use chr function. Next is the ord function. It is, you can see and you can take it as the reverse of chr. Okay, so as we pass the number and we are getting the equivalent character, if we pass the character, then we will string, then we will get the equivalent hexadecimal one character string, then we will get the Unicode of that string. Okay, so let's see here, ord. Okay, let me rename it and I'll copy and paste ord of, if I write a, okay, and here I'm writing 65. Just look at here. So as you can see, chr result is capital A, and if I pass capital A, then ord return the equivalent Unicode. Okay, so ord, you can see that is the reverse of chr. You will pass a single character string. Just remember this one. If I pass ab, so you will get error. Okay, a single character string. Just remember this one. After that, the next built-in function is bin. Oh, this one is very one of my favorite function. Bin function means if you pass any number, then it will return equivalent binary representation of that number. Okay, so in C programming we write the code for this, but in Python you don't need to write. Suppose if I want to get the binary of 10. Okay, so result of this is X. Let me delete this one. Now you can see here. So this is the binary equivalent to 10. As we know that 1010 is the binary equivalent, and 0b stands for binary, as we have already learned in the variable declaration and octal declaration, binary declaration. We have already learned this one. If I pass 20, so it will generate the equivalent binary of 20. Okay, similarly, if you have a number that and you want to get the hexadecimal values equivalent to that, then you can use the hex function. This one, hex. What will be the value equivalent to the hexadecimal? So you can see 0x and 14. And if I write 32, just look at here. So this is the equivalent to the hexadecimal. Okay, so fine. I hope the hexadecimal is also clear. One more is that is octal. Yes, how can we leave it? That is octal number. So what will be the equivalent 10 that is equivalent to the octal? You can see here the equivalent octal is 0O is the representation of octal, and the octal representation of 10 is 1 2. Just look at here. Okay. Okay, next one. These three methods are very important, and most of the time you will use in an application. Suppose you have someone asks that find the maximum number between 2 and 3. So you will write the code, but here the built-in function is already available in Python that you can use in your application direct, and you can get the maximum minimum value of that. But look at the signature, the prototype of this function. First one is called the iterable, means we can pass a list tuple set, so we can get the maximum of value. So I will write here m is equal, and I will write max. As we know, this bracket represents list. So here I'm writing 12, 34, 56, 120. So it will perform the operation of the max on this list, and according to comparison, it will return the maximum value, and that will be in your m. And if I print this, then you can see that it returns the maximum value. Okay, so the maximum value in the list is 56. So if you have numbers, and if you want to get that which one is the maximum, then you can use this max function. If you don't want to pass the iterable objects, then you can pass the numbers direct. Suppose I want to find the maximum between 2. So the numbers are, for example, 34 and 56. So which one is the maximum? So it will return the maximum number. So you can see here the 56 is the max number. If you have 3 numbers, then you can pass 3 numbers also, 67, 20. So as many as number you can pass to get the maximum of the value. Yes, these values can be in any variable also, so you can pass the variables also. Similarly, you can use the min function. Okay, so I hope you can use the min function also, this one. So minimum is 20. Fine. Next method is len function. Len function is very important. Most of the time you will use in your looping constraint. So len function is very important. Len function return the number of items in a container. So if you have a container and if you want to find out that how many values are available in that container, then you can use the len function. For example, list tuple set if you are using, and if you are and a string, suppose a string s is equal hello geeks. Okay, so if you want to get the length of this string, then you can use the function len. So it will tell you that how many values how many characters are available in this S. Just look at the output, then you will get the. So you can see here it says 11. Just count it. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Space is also a character. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So a string S contains 11 characters. So it will return the length of that particular container. That container could be your list also. So if I write my list is equal, and if I have these number of values and wants to know that how many values are available, how many values in my list, then I can use len function. Just look at here, there are 10 values. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 values in my list. So this is the use of len function. Okay, so these are few built-in functions that I want to discuss with you. I'm not saying that this is the end of built-in function, but these are the functions that you will use in your application. So I hope all the functions are clear. Still, if you have any doubt, then you can put your queries into the comment box. Definitely, I'll give you the answer. So thank you for watching this video. If you have learned something, so the same thing I'll say you one more time, please like and comment your views, share the videos, and please don't forget to subscribe this channel. Thank you. Bye bye.